Kenyans' borrowing rates are immensely increasing daily. A new report from Safaricom shows that Kenyans borrowed 962 million daily on Fuliza, which is equivalent to 351.2 billion in the 2020-2021 financial year. In contrast, Kenyans only borrowed an equivalent 244.6 billion a day from the platform in the previous year, which translates to 670 million. This signaling a deepening debt dependence that increased with last year's massive job losses caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Amos Ngahu, a financial coach, says that people's lack of savings or a saving culture has led them immense borrowing.
That a lot of us have been living from hand to mouth. So if your income is reduced, you supplement the income by borrowing, and that's what most of us have been doing. So it really exposed us at a very high level.
The total loans taken by hard-pressed Kenyans are equivalent to the amount spent building the Mombasa-Nairobi SGR, plus enough balance to construct a significant part of the extension to Naivasha. It can also fund half of the Kenyans' total annual development budget or comfortably run the Ministry of Education programs for a year. Statistics show that Safaricom lent $250 million to Fuliza people, with the main favorite days for lending out the money being on Friday from 4 to 8 p.m., which now signifies a certain purpose.
The favorite age group that is borrowing from these apps is between the age of 24 and 28. These are people who are probably on their first job or their second job or their first business. So you see they're really excited about money. So if they don't have enough, let's say guys have gone somewhere, they're having dinner and they're having a party. So if I pay a certain bill and we say we need to continue and money needs to be raised, even if I don't have money, I'll go to my Fuliza. And that is where you'll find a lot of these digital debts, actually consumer debts. Is not, if the lending was happening between 6 a.m. and 8 p.m., you would tell that these guys are actually investing into business and to do something for those who go to Gikomba to buy merchandise and sell. But this is going towards consumption. And the danger is, the bigger influence I can actually say is we are actually observing what other people in authority are doing. We've seen our government over-borrowing.
It is important to live within our means, and according to Ngahu, savings are not for everyone and should be done for a purpose.
You find, let's say we are all members of the same circle, but I've joined it because you joined it. But most of us will come in with the minimum, 2,000, 2,500. But the purpose for which I am joining the circle is different from what you're joining it for. So some of us don't do research on why we are doing our savings. So I normally tell someone, if you don't have a purpose why you're saving, don't do it. Just consume all your money because it won't help. Yes.
The challenge is that the choices of habits cannot be felt until it's too difficult.
So a lot of us have been operating on debt, consumer debt. Basically, you're borrowing. I don't have, let's say, I don't have airtime. What do? I borrow from the same provider. I don't have fare. I tell someone, send me 200 shillings. When I get to Tao, I'll look for a way. You understand? We've learned and normalized the art of spending money that we don't have. So that challenge comes in when now a catastrophe like this happens, when you lose your job, when there's a lockdown. Let's say you're in business and everything is locked down. That's when now you start feeling it. And that's where you'll find it affects now the mental health of any individual. So for us, the very simple thing, even before you start thinking of saving, can we start looking at living within our means?
Sometimes we happen to get passive incomes that do not require any effort to earn and is below for average income. It is advised to start allocating funds to a current expense so as to grow into a bigger thing.
So for the person who's a spender, any passive income, go directly towards paying a certain expense. If kids have gone to school, some people started paying fees when they closed. You get a 5,000, you pay, and you reduce the bill slowly by slowly. So that's what I meant to say, if you're doing a saving, let it be on a purpose. If you have a passive income coming your way, let it meet a certain recurrent expense in your finances.
Dolly Mwirigi for Hope TV Newswatch.